Poppy Playtime Chapter 5 gameplay trailer just came out, and here are all the details I've noticed in the trailer. Now, this is my first time making a video like this, so I do hope you all enjoy. To start off the trailer, we see Huggy, Mummy and Catnap toys and Doughy's hat shown in the order of the chapters, and the prototype makes sure to disrespect Huggy by stepping on him, causing the toy to bleed. We then see a glass case that has a Poppy face inside of it as the prototype puts his hand onto the case. We then see a hallway, and at the end of the hallway is a door, and we can see what looks like the red smoke that was first shown in chapter 3, and this smoke appears a lot throughout this trailer. We then see this massive area where we can see some painting of one of the new characters introduced into this chapter, and in the background we can see some art of the smiling critters. We are then introduced to a new character who appears to be our friend with a quite cool design and a cane. And I don't know why, but the first time I saw him, he reminded me of a Skylander. Not sure why. We then get to see a new machine that we use our hands to use, and if we look at both of our hands, we can notice our right one looks old and has what looks like a pressure gauge on it. Not 100% sure what we will use this hand for, but it looks quite cool. And on our left hand, we don't have a new hand, but a new accessory. It appears to be a radio in the shape of a star, and it has a face that reacts to our environment, which we will see later on. We then see some glow-in-the-dark marks on the floor going up the wall, and then the player turns around to see a new character with some cool looking glow-in-the-dark hair. However, I don't think she's friendly because of how the star radio reacts to her presence. We then see the prototype's massive legs walk past us through some red smoke, and just look at the size of him. We then see this purple plant looking toy, and they don't look too happy. We then see a tea party and finally get a good look at the new character, who has long purple hair and can control her hair quite well to pick up items, other toys, and later the player. And she is probably one of the most human looking toys in the game, like Miss Delight from chapter 3, but you can tell she's still a toy by her joints and her face. And she says he's going to kill them all.
He's going to kill them all.
Next, we see the player enter this machine and turn it on. Now, I have two ideas what this machine does. Either one, it lets us see the memories of toys, or it lets us become a toy. Because right after we enter the machine, we see a man in a yellow suit pushing us along, and then we see an operating table with a toy on it. Now, the man in yellow also has a Poppy symbol on his suit. Could this be the first human we see in game? We then see the player running and what looks like tree roots all around this section, and then it pans to a shot of tons of tree roots and an orange orb looking thing. What this is, I have no idea. Good news though is Kissy and Poppy are alive. However, they appear to be in a cell, captured by either the prototype or a new character, or we're in a cell and they're breaking us out. We get another good look at the new character. However, she doesn't seem to be on our side because she says we're running out of time and then starts counting down like Mommy did during chapter 2. We then see the player using the grab pack to climb upwards, and then we see Huggy guarding a hallway, and we see what appears to be a new hand that works similarly to the green hand from chapter 2, but it seems to hold a charge rather than gaining a charge for a short time, and the star in our hand isn't very happy to see Huggy. We then see the player causing a car crash with an ice cream truck, and the star seems very happy about this, but we also get a better look at the new hand and what it looks like with no charges left, because it looks like we use that charge to power the ice cream truck. We then get jump scared by a little guy who has screws for eyes, just like the one that was on the operating table earlier in the trailer, and I gotta say, I like this design. We then barely escape the new character by using the grab pack and narrowly avoid being crushed on a conveyor belt, and then we see the player getting chased by Huggy down a tunnel, and Huggy is looking good. We then get a close-up of the new character where she yells surprise at us, and then it cuts to a shot of Huggy right in front of us, getting up, and he does not look happy. The new character then breaks a catwalk in front of us. Well, I think it's her, because we see what looks like her purple hair breaking it. And finally, we get to see the prototype breaking a window and his leg appearing in front of the player. And then it cuts to his hand back on the case and he breaks it, and we get our first look at the prototype's face in the broken glass. And I am so happy they didn't do a full reveal of what he looks like in the trailer, because I am loving the mystery behind him. And that has been a little breakdown of everything I saw in the trailer. I hope you have all enjoyed, and I'll catch you all in the new chapter. See ya.